Okay, this is my week, what is this? Week 6 against Trowe. Gonna run through this builder real quick and then get the game underway. Just gonna keep this nice and simple. Um, yeah, so I have uh, this team of Spectria, FizzDef, Shooker, G-King, Bend, Bax, really fat SD, Terra Fairy, zarude, Max with F Mana Buzz, and Max for Safari. So the game plan is simple. Spectre goes crazy against his team, as you can see. His Shadow Ball resists unlimited to Darkrai and Terralati. And I feel as though Terralati, it could, but is better. It could be used defensively for Spectre, but is really just better off running some other Terra type to improve its offensive potential here. So yeah, so Spectria goes really crazy because of that, and then I'm just trying to facilitate it while also just not lose, try to keep things simple. So I got, we'll go to the Spidef Mana Buzz next. So the point of Spidef Mana Buzz is that he has Darkrai Lati, and I wanted a mon that could really effectively handle these. Um, so we're running Max Spidef, knock off U-turn Defog. Uh, Mana Buzz doesn't do the greatest job of hitting them, but it just soaks damage, pivots into something that can hit them, and punishes them that way. Defog is important because Boots Mana Buzz does not have the raw bulk to switch into these Pokemon so reliably. So, and because of my matchup, I'm not confident that I can win the Hazard Ball without Defog and Mana Buzz as well. So that's why it's here. There are a couple of other moves I was considering, but this is fine. Uh, then I guess, yeah, so Darkrai, Lati, both really threatening. Then there's this Fari Fizdef that's here for Mamoswine. It's my rocker because rocks is going to be important to enable my band, Excalibur and Spectria. Chip is obviously really useful, but in particular, Bax is going to need rock chip on Skarmory specifically for banded Icicle Crash to force progression. And as good as Spectria is here, it's my win condition most likely rather than my breaker. It can get opportunities to break, but it's not reliable. So Excalibur is going to be used with Stealth Rocks to really try to force progression, which is why, in addition to Defog, I have Rapid Spin, because I prefer Rocks. I prefer Hazards not to be up on my side, but I do also want to have periods of the game where I have Rocks up on his side, and then just Gyro Ball, Volt Switch. Gyro Ball hits the ground, and then Volt Switch can pivot into a breaker, Max Fizz so I can switch into Mamoswine as long as possible. So yeah, then we have this Fizz G King, which is my I'm just throwing it at the likes of Clef, Scum, Tenta, Iron Hands, just all of the not exceptionally strong and difficult to check Pokemon. Except for Iron Hands, that's a difficult one to check. But yeah, G King is gonna be my dedicated check to that, while also trying to handle a lot of his fatter, less offensive things because I can abuse them with my regen chili reception pivoting. And then to support against Iron Hands, I have this Fairy zarude. Fairy zarude is also really important because I need a Draco switch in because my team doesn't have one otherwise. So a really, really bulky Fairy zarude is here to help G-King manage against Iron Hands, and also uh, the Latios help Mandy and G-King against Latios as well. Also nice to take some pressure off of Mandy against Darkrai potentially. And this is Wincon with Terra Blast, Dream Punch SD. A couple of other sets I considered, but my team did not have great ways without the Surge to kill Terra Steel, Calm Mind, recover to attack Slati, like something like Luster Purge or Dragon Pulse plus Ice Beam. Really difficult for my team to switch and do so. Having Drain Punch SD on my Fat zarude to try to help against that seemed relevant. And yeah, that's really the team. Excalibur is pretty simple. Um, it's cool. The cool thing about this zarude is that it doesn't need so much speed. I'm not beating Tentacruel anyways, so I'm not worried about being faster than it. So I'm just creeping Adamant Mamoswine. I could get really hard punished because my team has one Pokemon naturally faster than non-Adamant like if Jolly Mamoswine. But yeah, I really expect Adamant or Scarf Jolly because it needs Jolly on Scarf to be able to outrun Spectria. Um, and it, yeah, Otherwise, it really doesn't have a reason to run Jolly unless it's anticipating these aggressive speed creeps, which if he does, well played to him. So that's a team, very simple. Uh, so yeah, actually, hold on, let me just put this into the calc. I was looking at some calcs here before, but yeah, alright. Let me just contact the bro. Alright, send to Habita on Showdown. Cool. So yeah, that's the game plan. And yeah, as far as leads are concerned, I'm considering lead mana buzz because I like clicking knockoff. It's a decent scout against many of his Pokemon. I don't want to give free turns to the likes of Darkrai or Lati, and against lead Mamoswine, the idea is I could potentially lure Mamoswine into clicking a nice move, or if it clicks hazards, that's fine, and I can just hard pivot into Fari and get into my hazard game immediately, ideally. Although I'm not sure if I can click rocks, if he depends on how he responds. If he clicks rocks of his own, I probably spin because I need them off early. Yeah, I need them off early to scout Darkrai Lati, because they're and just really, really dangerous, and my mana buzz does not have boots. But yeah, we'll see. Ideally, he'd attack on that lead. There are also some other things that you could take. Like I'm not sure what I expect. 6 of the top 7. I don't think Brambleghast, Reboot, or Golem are coming. I don't think Brambleghast and Reboot are good here at all. Golem could be annoying if he hard reads my Fortress, which he didn't. Okay, and Tentacle didn't come. That's gonna help my Zarude a lot. Have fun, bro. And we see Terra Normal from the Latios. Alright, interesting. I didn't anticipate this, but that changes things a little bit. Um, hmm. Yeah, that does change things a little bit, doesn't it? Alright, that's gonna make it harder to play around. It's gonna be much harder to revenge. At least I have Bandit Ice Shard to play around it, but my Spectria doesn't hit it particularly great. If I can remove Darkrai and Skarmory, then Psychic looks like a fantastic click, at least, because it'll probably still eviscerate Latios. And I have Hyper Beam in a pinch in case I need to, uh, if I like desperately need damage on like a Darkrai and a Lati. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward because trying to use Spectre to revenge Darkrai has the potential to backfire against Sucker Punch. Mana Buzz is really bad into lead hands. I'm kind of banking off of his hands being defensive, bulky offensive, like because it needs. I assume he wants it to help check back Excalibur, and then he'll also want it to put off some offensive pressure. But I do have Orlando benched, so I suspect that he probably needs Ice Punch on his hands if he wants it to actually do anything against Lando. So yeah, I think I still lead Mana Buzz. I'll start timer. Yeah, if my internet is spacing out, then I'll stop the timer. Or if he asks me to, really nicely, if he has like a valid reason, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just think that timer games without timer are a little bit Mickey Mouse. So unless you absolutely can't play with timer on, then you should be playing with it on. Which is kind of funny, actually, considering what happened to me last week with the timer loss. But you know, was some funky internet things were happening, and I did not have the presence of mind to simply turn it off. It happens, but yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on that. I'm a little more aware of those types of things now. But yeah, against Mamoswine, we'll be going hard into my Fari. Against Skarmory, I'm happy to knock this off and then defog. Not exactly sure what he's cooking here. Alright, he clicks body press, which is interesting. It does a lot. Alright, let me click roost. I'm just gonna fuck around for a bit and see what he wants to do. Actually, do I want to click roost? Or do I want to click U-turn? Knocking helmet off of this is good. It's gonna help my mana buzz and my Fari stay healthy in a prolonged exchange. Like for instance, I can potentially just U-turn here. Yeah, I'll U-turn. And go into Fari. Yeah, because he's just gonna put up a spike. My mana buzz can't stay in against this in any prolonged exchange. Just gonna... Am I okay with there being a spike up? Yes. Alright, then I'll click rocks. Spike, but okay, if he had rocks, he would have clicked it immediately, knowing that I have leftovers on mana buzz. Actually, I already have this chipped into 2k range. I'll click spin first. Goes hard iron hands. Hold on. Use the builder real quick. It doesn't, oh, it does get fire punch. Oh, and I oop. So that probably means I should be getting out of here. Into slocking I go then. Here's the SD. This is really spooky. I'm gonna click psychic. I should live any one hit from this, fortunately. Unfortunately, it's gonna be, the follow-up is gonna be a little bit tricky. I don't want to lose G-King just yet. Having the extra sack would be really quite nice. There's the T-punch. Oh my god. Did so much. Alright. Use this as an opportunity to calc. So, we know he's not Quark Drive. He's not max attack, which checks out because the Psychic did absolutely nothing against Zarude. Terra Blast into no bulk is a roll to kill? Oh, nah. Alright. I prefer not to lose my G-King, because if I lose it, I'm not going to be able to play around Clefable at all, and it's going to take away my ability to position my backs. Would I prefer to lose Zarude? Not particularly. Heavily considering throwing out Spectria, but it's going to put me in a really dire situation against Nasty Plot Darkrai. Can't throw out Fari. I'm going to make this a root play with T-Punch. Okay, that does 30. Which means the next will do 60. If the best coverage he has is T-Punch, there's a chance that he has Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam makes a lot of sense to me. I think I just go for this. Worst case scenario, I can revenge with Ice Sharp Backs in fear of Custap. But he will likely scout. Alright. Good. That's really good actually. Alright, fantastic. Go into Fari again. I'm not exactly sure what the Scam reset is, but the fact that he's revealed Body Press Spikes means that he could be Iron Defense Roost to finish that set off. Actually, I know that he's not Rocks. Okay, I'm going to make the hard Spectria play as he reveals Brave Bird. Alright, I don't mind checking Chip on this. That's not a big deal. I'd have preferred keeping it healthy, but it's completely fine. So, Body Press Spike, Brave Bird means that he loses to Zarude 1v1. Like, just outright. My Zarude actually looks quite problematic for him. So, things that I'll have to avoid are, well, I can't do anything about Unaware Clefable, I suppose. Man, there's a really strong temptation to click Draining Kiss here, because it gets me out of brave range, but I'd rather not be in hazard range, I suppose. I should just live with that damage on Darkrai. It's going to go Clefable and take a bajillion, suggest offensive. Unfortunately for him, even if he's Scarf, he's not going to be able to do anything here. And yeah, I'm just going to take this damage on Darkrai. Thank you very much. The cool thing is that one Shadow Ball on Darkrai is going to enable me to put it in range of +1 Shadow Ball, so create snowball potential. That's less relevant now, but yeah, it's quite nice. Oh, Skarmory sacked, Clefable crippled. Okay, my Zarude is looking incredible now. It's gonna go Latios, and that's quite reasonable. This is a difficult mon to play around for me. Considering the job I had in mind for my G-King, I'm considering putting it out there, but the Clefable, now that I've seen it take so much damage, is concerning to me. I don't want to sack my Mana Buzz though. My Fortress is still relevant. I could go Zarude, but I could get Twigger by Luster Purge. Considering I still have a Mana Buzz, maybe that's unlikely. But actually, the other, if he hard predicts and tricks, Zarude is my win condition. I probably should not be risking that, to be honest. In which case, Hyper Beam also looks insane. Draining Kiss also looks insane now. Yeah. I really don't want to sack G-King to specs, but we'll find out. Alright, he clicks Luster Purge and does 38. Just fine by me. I'm gonna go Mana Buzz this time. He can Draco if he wants. Carmine is really scary, actually. Do I sack the G-King and just avoid all of that? How greedy am I? My Zarude can't deal with Carmine. I can't sack the Spectra, no. If I sack Mana Buzz, go Zarude, get in a position where I have to Drain Punch it, things get really dire. Yeah, I'd much rather sack this guy then, and use Volt Switch Fari to pivot around against the Iron Hands. Alright. Sure. He clicks Dragon Pulse. That's fine. Alright, I can just go Zarude against this now though, and just click Drain Punch. Drain Punch because Luster Purge could do a go at me. And I don't fuck with that. Those rocks will be nice to get specific chip on things, but this Zarude just looks really demonic. Depends on how lucky he gets with the Luster Purge here. Spectre chipped means I always die to Darkrai. So if he gets a nasty plot up, I have to be very cautious. Oh wow. That did zilch. It might be a roll. I'm gonna Drain Punch again. I could Synthesis here, but the threat of drop is too high, I think. Oh, people are home. He doesn't have a switch into this in general either. Going into town? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Is this Custap or Scarf? Do I care? A little bit, but I don't think it's worth scouting. Yeah. Alright. Brilliant. Zarude is in position, doing good work. Can put up an SD at some point. It's going to be hard to find that opportunity. Oh, he's getting low. Out comes Darkrai. Zarude against Darkrai. I can't actually let this nasty plot, unfortunately. But, yeah, what's happening? Oh shit, we're going go-karting later? Oh, that's epic. I didn't even remember that. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, do I Drain Punch or Terra Blast? Drain Punch or Terra Blast? Hold on, I'm thinking. I got Hyper Beam. I'm gonna Terra Blast. Oh, he clicked Hypnosis. Okay, yeah, I'm getting out of here then. Take my Manda Buzz. I got what chip I needed on you. Alright, I'm gonna hard pivot into Baxcalibur. I don't want to allow this to kill my Manda Buzz, and I don't want to let it get off a free nasty plot. And the reasoning is that I need the Sleep Claws to stay active, so that my Zarude will beat this next time. That was a really fortunate dodge. I didn't even stop to consider that. Alright, out comes the Mamoswine. That's completely fine. I'm just going to click, is Iron Head or Glaive Rush better? I think Glaive Rush is approximately the same. Oh. Alright, I'm going to pivot into Fari now. I don't want to sack my Baxcalibur in case he's not choiced. And yep, I correctly make that call. I'm going to put Stealth Rocks up now, in case it's not Boots Darkrai. And we're just going to spam Rapid Spin in case this is Stealth Rocks. Alright, can I afford to Rapid Spin again? No. I'll Gyro Ball this time then. As long as, yeah, it's fine. The HP is not significant on my Fortress. Everything is looking pretty good. I still have specs. Actually, if that is not Boots Darkrai, then my Spectra wins immediately with Spec Psychic, which is quite nice. Alright. I'm not going to mess around with this. I'll just Volt Switch. As he clicks Recover. Fair enough. Just going to Drain Punch. Luster Purge can do a KO me if I don't. And this is looking very much over. Lovely. Oh, I think I forgot to link it for the goons. Well, my bad goons. I don't know if anyone's even around to watch this live. It's fine. Alright. Zarude going crazy now. Oh, it was not Rocks. Yeah, I don't think I can lose this. I'm just gonna Terra Blast. There's a chance, depending on how fat this is, that it lives that, but it doesn't. Unlucky. GG. And yeah, that is a game. Alright, well, GG. Cool game. Glad my set worked. Yeah, see, Terra Normal wasn't really the set that I was expecting, but it just happened to work out that I had Drain Punch because I was afraid of Terra Steel. If you look at my team, if you take away Drain Punch Zarude, tell me how I'm killing Terra Steel, bro. It's so spooky. Something like Lumberry to get around like T-Wave G-King, who's also stretched thin by Iron Hands. Yeah. If he made the prediction or had Heavy Slam on his Iron Hands, this may have been a different game entirely as well. So yeah, interesting game. But we had fun. Alright, I'll see you guys next week. where I'll be playing my good friend Sean. So that should be a fun one. All right, I am gonna go enjoy. Oh, it says OBS crashed. I don't know if that's true. We'll find out later. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go enjoy some go-karting soon. Completely forgot that was happening today, but that's very hype. All right.